So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. So, flying from Katowice today, Katowice to Birmingham International, and we're breaking away from our usual Delta Yankee Alpha. So you can see on the tail code, EI-EFI, Echo India, Echo Foxtrot India. Basically, I thought I'd try something a little bit different today. So if we head over to my ProjectFLY page, we just bring that up. Hang on, it's always annoying to do this. Show desktop, see if it'll appear. Hopefully it will, because sometimes I know it's a bit of a pain. Please. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, display capture. I'm not quite sure why this doesn't do this on the OBS properly. But basically, what I wanted to do was try out one of the contract flights. So I decided to have a look, see what there was available. And there was a guy, Tim the pilot, who had a flight from Katowice to Birmingham with Ryanair. And so I thought I'd give that a go. So what I will do is select fly now on that. Since we are on the ground, dispatch, plug in my route. If I quickly add that up, paste it in. So annoying that it shouldn't annoying it didn't show my desktop there, otherwise I would have showed you the setup for it, but I guess we have to live without it sometimes. Dispatch and fly. And well, yeah, flying on that sims always, flying online. So what we shall do is go to Squawk Box, we will go to send flight plan. We'll remove the Helsinki to Heathrow flight we did last weekend. Plug in Echo Kilo, Bravo, sorry, it's Echo, hang on, what's the gesture of EPRZ, so it's EPKT. Destination is Birmingham, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, with our alternative being Stansted, cruising 36,000, airspeed's fine. Departure will be 10:40, I presume. Departure time, we don't know yet. In fact, when I'm setting this up, I should probably start with the RS aligning, just for the fact that the RS will take a couple of moments to align. Those come on, we should turn on the battery as well. Install that. Down to the FMS. And quickly search the location. Reset the IRS. Because, yeah, like I said, it'll take a couple of minutes to align, so we might as well get to line while we wait. We're at Echo. Sorry, yes, Echo Papa Kilo Tango. Plug that in. And take the location. Put it in. Then we'll carry on with the alignment of that. So, flight plan has not been set yet. We'll plug that in now. And yeah, remarks score was fine. Flight time is 2 hours 35 minutes. Departure time of 10:40, like I say. Don't know the actual just yet. We'll bring about 3 hours and 20 minutes of fuel on board. It's in the flight plan. And let's start setting up the aircraft. Like I say, Echo India, Echo Foxtrot India today. A little breakaway from my usual Delta Yankee Alpha. And does mean to have got the more modern LED landing lights as well. So the overhead panel is ever so slight difference. Not particularly much. That one switch there is basically the only difference it has. Last week you were in London for your birthday. Asked you if you drive the car in the cab. He said yes. Then he said I could drive a train. I'm not sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. Regardless, fire directors come on. Welcome. I am not going to even attempt your name. I have to apologise. Yeah. Welcome stream. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're well. Alright, so set the aircraft up, like I say. Let's get everything set up. It's active, lights are all done, heat's all done. We'll turn on the position lights. Position lights. That should be the one I want. Yes, it is. RS is aligning, like I say. That'll take about, how many minutes to go live? 7 minutes. Very long one, but not terrible. PAX is just doing an update in the background, so we'll do that in a moment. While we're here though, what I will do is edit the weight and balance on boards. Let's fill up the aeroplane. So it's 8719. Should be plenty there. 4,400 in each tank. Hang on, was it 87? That's 4,000. Not even that. Oh, heck on, we're doing it in pounds. That probably explains why. Yeah, no, we do need both tanks. Hang on, note 4. That's 86. We need 87. So yeah, that does make sense. 87. That'll do. Right. Payload wise, we should probably put more payload on board since this is still a flight. Average payload on board, we'll say that'll do. Right, apply changes. And now plug in the aircraft information. It's automatically just press the 88 button start. Probably we're going to need them because there's some works going on. After the past works, he's can drive the automatic. Fair enough. Right, so routes, origins, Katowice, going to Birmingham, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo. Company routes we won't plug in. A flight number, we are FR. It gave us a flight number to use. The problem is I did not write it down. Why? Because I am smart. Now we're offline. This is not offline, but hey. Alright, we'll plug in the standby one, which is 1254. 1254. And a runway for departure today. Have a look at Katowice. Winds are currently 350. So what runway is close to 35? Got a 27, which I believe will be the runway using. Yeah, so it's 27. Got a light Polish Airlines to our left. Let's have a close look at them quickly. Yeah, got a lot. 737-400. Sierra Papa Lima Lima Lima. Lots were trying to retire their 400s, but after the MAX went down, they brought them all back into service again. So, bit of a change plan for those guys. PAX has not yet installed. Hang on. Next, let's download the updates. I'm glad it's not on screen because it's just put my email address on screen. Install. Also, I'm not quite sure why the camera is shaking like this. It's not a part of FlyBlue. Sorry, XP Realistic Pro. If I turn it off, the camera still shakes. Either something's not stable, or I'm not too sure. Anyways, set this one up now. So reserves at 1.1. Costing 23. Altitude we're at 360 with the average winds at 354 to 31. 354 to 31. Execute that. N1 limits. Set that. Take off. We'll do in just a moment. So if you head over to the co-pilot side, we'll now plug in the routes. So, let's plug into our waypoints. Our first one is number. Number. This gets followed by Tango 738. Leading up to Lassis. Followed direct to DSAR. And then it's direct to Larritt. Then it's direct to RKN. Does not exist, so we'll skip that to Gorlo. Yeah, my data is a little out of date, so there are some waypoints that won't quite appear. After Gorlo, it's Uniform Lima 980 to Lambourne. Then it's Uniform Lima 610 to Hemel Hampstead. Then it's Tango 420. Where's T? Tango 420 to Buzzard. Oh, Buzzard, sorry. Buzzard. And then that proves our final waypoint if we take a Grove 1 Charlie arrival. Activate that, execute that. Flight plan is now in place. Departure 27 is active. We need a number 2 mic departure. Number 2 mic, that's perfect. Everything should line quite nicely. Yes, it does. Head over to the left hand side. Use 10 degrees of flaps. Whoops. 10 degrees of flaps. Invalid entry. I'm sure it's 10 degrees. Yes, it is. Okay, we'll set the center of gravity. Not in database. Ah, hang on. No, it does that sometimes. Index, takeoff. Now try again. Basically, the system thinks when you change the right FMS on the flight plans and sits stars whatever, the left FMS believes it's on then a different page, and then data just doesn't know what it's doing. Right, so 139 rotates. So set that up. 9, and then it's 23.6 on the 3.4. 3.84, sorry, on the trim. Center of gravity is 23. Right, IRS wants another 1 minute to alignments. That's fine. Welcome, Mo. How you doing? And Yassin from Morocco. Welcome, Yassin from Morocco. How you doing? Right, so everything's now almost aligned. Passengers should be boarding very shortly. PAX has now installed, so I'll be able to quickly run that. Again, not only this display capture doesn't quite work. Yeah, display 2 is fine. Display 1 is just a black screen, which is annoying. Alright, so I'll quickly plug that in. Just go back to the game cam. Departure, I see it's EPKT. Arrival, Echo Golf, Bravo Bravo. Time to take off will be 5 minutes. Flight times 2:35. Cruising altitude of 36,000. Flight number is FR1256. 1254. 1254. Aircraft is a 737-800. No Wi-Fi, no boarding music, custom safety, yes please. We are flying Ryanair. Okay, I need to find the folder. We'll do that later. Right. Okay. That's all sorted. There you go. Everything's now been aligned. All's looking good. We will set that to cruising altitude 36, same as the overheads. I should have checked it out. There's an active tower at Katowice right now. I've not done that yet, so I'll quickly check it now. It shows online. There is nobody online. So as long as we're in Unicom, we should be alright for contact. On to 2.8 on the left hand side. Yes, it is. Right hand side comes VHF1, and overhead panel. This is not an A320, doesn't have any overheads. Set the altitude to 36. And better pushback. Let us request pushback. So we'll clear the services while pushback tag arrives.
Show me where you want to go.
We're at stand 19, so we'll make sure that we mention that on ATC. I must say the gate actually looks almost too small for our aircraft. Should probably go for 21 there. Space at 147, the MCP. 147. Do not take our V rotate on that. I've always been told it's rotate on the MCP. If I'm mistaken, then I'll happily change that, and I'll move that for the future as well. Right, so ground services. We'll drive away. Go to the doors. Closed, closed, closed. Ground services. Remove chocks. Whoops. That I did not want to do. I've realised the AP is not on yet. Start up the APU. Would be a good start.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
Working.
Ready to connect.
Yeah, it's not destroyed the plane anyway, fortunately. That was my fault there. See the sign comes on. So the V2, not the VR, and TPs for as I know. I'll look into that, but I'll set that to 147, just for the sake of arguments, because if you are right, then it's something always learning. Cool, well thanks for that, Smo. Let's have a look. So chocks are removed, GPU will keep connected for a little bit longer, although the APU is now stabilised, which is pretty cool. Enough fuel tanks for the APU as well. APU bleed comes on. Now ground power comes off and ground power disconnects.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, push and starts. Stand 19, Echo, Papa, Kilo, Tango. These parking brakes. And let's start going.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Ensure if your pumps are active, and we'll start a pushback. engine to start. Anti-collision lights can come on. That's everything else though sorted. Quick check the overhead, make sure that I've done everything correctly, which it looks like I have done. That's all fine. IRS is aligned and working.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices
So
are
I've
now
just started in
shut down
testing
and
mode for
stowed.
whatever reason,
If you
but
have not
that will
already,
disappear in a
please
moment.
fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be
Starts a
in
little bit of a hot
upright
start there, but
position
hey,
for departure.
we all done it.
Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all call.
Right, engine 2 active, engine 1 starts.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have
Keeping
trouble
on
finding
the
a
lower,
location
so
for
we're getting a
any
little bit of a
your
hot
carry-on
one, but that's
items,
fine.
please use the
Engine
flight attendant
1
call
is
button
now
over your
active.
seat and somebody will assist
I like how
you.
the natural
If
lighting
the
has kind of made the
overhead
panels a
bin
little bit
is
difficult to
full,
see
please
there.
ensure you close it as a
Should be
courtesy
alright.
to other
TCAS all
passengers.
set.
Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear
Once our
and other
pushback's
passengers
done,
can
we'll
make
start
their way
lowering the
to their
flaps
seats.
and
If
getting
you're
everything
in
ready
an
for
emergency
takeoff
exit
config.
row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight
Heavy
attendant
tab,
know so that way you can
airports.
be
Operation complete. Set
Now's the
parking
time
brake.
to get out any
Set parking
last-minute
brake.
text messages
1012
you need to, but we
altimeter.
ask that once
We
you
are
depart
on
Connecting
today,
to
put
oops,
away
stand
any
by.
America.
laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome
10112. And co-pilot side is also set. Products active.
Ready to
MC
go.
key's been set. Cabin crew is now ready to go. Flaps down to
Ladies and
10.
gentlemen, please
Trim's
direct your
been
complete
set.
attention to the flight attendant as they
Engines
demonstrate the safety
active.
features of our
Switch the
aircraft.
bleeds.
You will notice a
Packs
light
come
illuminated
on.
above your seat.
Disconnect.
When this light is illuminated,
And
please fasten your
APU
seatbelt low and
off.
tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Flaps
To
now
release your
set.
seatbelt, lift
Brakes
the
will set
upper
up
portion
just
of
before we
the
take
buckle.
off.
We suggest that you keep
Otherwise,
your seatbelt fastened
taxiing
throughout
to
the flight
runway
as we may
27
experience
shouldn't be too
unexpected
long. It's
turbulence.
just the end of this one,
Please
and then
take a
it's
few
a
moments to now locate
left.
one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft.
Code
Right in the
disconnected.
taxiway.
Our bypass pin has been
Left.
removed. Hand signal on the
In
right.
case of an emergency
We'll
and
see you
we
next
need to
time and
evacuate
have
the
a safe flight.
aircraft, there is lighting on the
Taking
floor
the
that will
right,
guide
so we'll
you
stick
towards
over
the
to the
exit.
co-pilot side to
In the
watch
event
that.
the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow
Time's
of oxygen, pull the
11:36,
mask
so
towards you.
time-wise
Place the
doing
mask
alright.
over your nose and mouth.
Welcome,
Pull
Goran.
the
How you doing
elastic
today?
behind
How you
your head.
doing?
Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally.
Flying
Although
out
the bag
of
does not
Katowice
inflate,
today,
oxygen
should be
is
pretty
flowing
cool.
to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your
There we
mask
go,
first
parking
and
brakes
then assist
released.
others.
Let's
Keep your mask
taxi
on
to
until
the
a member
runway.
of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front.
Thank you, IAP, for subscribing. Much appreciated, man.
Place the
Much
vest
appreciated.
firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't
How you
inflate
doing today?
automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation.
Another runway.
Strap is equipped with a
Kilo
whistle and a
Kilo.
light.
That's
If you need to, the cushion can be used as a secondary for safety
where's
device.
Papa Kilo Kilo?
Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings.
That's
Please
one of the
securely
Warsaw
stow your personal
airports.
items.
It's
Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in
Is it
their
one of the
full
Warsaw
upright
airports? I'm now
position.
really
We
confused.
remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Hang on.
Tampering with,
Heavy
disabling,
tab
or destroying the
airports.
smoke detectors located in the lavatories is
Kilo.
prohibited by law.
Yeah. Oh, it's
All
Krakow.
this information can be
Krakow
found in the
Ballis.
safety card
Okay, that makes
located in the
sense.
seat back in front
Can't
of
wait to
you.
do the
Read it and let
Heathrow
a cabin
to
member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us.
Perth
and we
flight
hope
next
you
week.
enjoy your
Sounds
flight.
good. So I might join you for that one. I might join you. We'll see how I feel if I'm free that weekend as well. Alright, so cabin crew have now done their announcements. Everyone's happy. Passengers can see the Lot 734 parked at the gate there. Okay, since we start the engines off, I probably should secure the cockpit. That'll also be quite helpful for us. Top speed 19 knots, decent taxi speed. Nice to meet you too, man. You too. How you doing today? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. 4:30 in the morning for you. Never seen so dedicated to watching any stream. Well, sounds good. It's a 2-hour, 30-minute flight, so try and stay awake. Right, let's do the first cabin crew announcements. See if I can interact with them. Whoops. Oh yeah, plane noise drifts a little bit as well. Cabin crew, please be seated for takeoff. Pax always seems to do this, I don't know why. Still listening apparently. No idea what it'll say when you get to the end of its listening. Hopefully it's not glitched out. I have to say about what you said about the Magnite. Yes, so much fun flying with it yesterday. Like I say, it's a good aircraft.
Please be seated for takeoff.
Did finish the recording, but I can still hear it's doing the background sound.
Yeah, Pax always seems to do this, I don't know why.
I know I've complained in the past about it not recording long enough.
Still listening apparently.
This time it's doing it too long.
No idea what it'll say when you get to the end of its listening. Hopefully it's not glitched out.
TFDI, I do love you guys. You're great software developers, but God, you can't test a program to save your life. Yeah, I know I'll be reporting to the guys later. Now, so I do like the TFDI guys, they are cool to talk to, and their add-ons are great, but sometimes they do have a few minor teething issues, and I know with PAX they've certainly had a few teething issues for sure. Right, hold position, ready for the runway. I believe that may actually be the stop point there, because yeah, okay, we'll hold here. Make sure that parking brake is set, since we are slightly rolling. Right, EPKT traffic. Departing runway 27. No one's coming into land. Landing lights are active. Set everything up as it should be. One final check. Just break off set. One final check of the overheads. All's looking fine. There are no other calls for aircraft coming into land, so we'll head onto the runway and let's head out. It's just Mule's virtual Ryanair car's broken. Not getting any announcements, so I don't think it's not working. All seems fine to me. Right, let's go to the runway, and let's get out of it. Now, in the US, this is something I had a little bit of stick on my channel for. In the US, when aircraft enter the runway, your throttle comes on and the end one is set. In Europe, that's not so much a thing. Especially for Ryanair, they've always done the throttles for takeoff manually, so I get a bit of stick for it, but it is part of the UK and EU aircrafts. And if people are desperate for me to do it that way, then I'll do it. I mean, I don't mind either way, but try and keep it realistic here. Right, okay, so on the runway, split up the engines. 50%, both engines are stable. Let's go. A little bit of rudder, since there is certainly a bit of a kick to the right, 80 knots. Oh gosh, we really are combating this. V1, rotate. Positive right, gear up. Is this Drawyah design? Yes, it is. Drawyah design Polish Airports Volume 1. Whew. That was that was an interesting one. The winds are certainly pushing to the right there. Yes, direct crosswinds, 12 knots. Alright, 400. Bring on the autopilot. Gear will lock. Flaps up 1 slot. Yes, this is Drawyah design, Polish Airports Volume 1. EPKT traffic. Winds are 12 knots. 348. Wind. Luck. Yeah, I can see the lot on the ground there has started its pushback, so I thought at least I'd give them a quick warning about the winds there. Because there was certainly a bit of fighting going on. Wasn't the best winds for this takeoff, I will say. Anyways, we have departed now, flaps are coming up. Ah, nicely, there you go. Thanks, you two. Got 6.5, 6.7. So you got the message. We'll just want about the wings, that's all good. We're continuing our climb. We'll be entering the clouds very shortly. So let's focus on the rest of this flight. 5,000 feet, so we'll soon be at the moment to cut off. Yeah, so we'll be at the moment soon to the altimeter standards. Do it now. There we go. Our departure from Krakow, heading 060 due to weather. Yes, there's a few aircraft that are currently going to fly around due to weather issues. In my case, there we go, make the left turn, starting on our way to Birmingham. Managed to get the latest one through York. Managed to get the latest one through your points off York. Yeah, I do like the point system, so I do get like discounts and I guess some cases freebies. I do spend enough of them, which is pretty cool. Whoops. Weather updates, they're always good to have at any points of the flight, especially next plane when the winds change so much and weather changes so badly. There you go, top of the clouds, not looking too bad I must say. Again, ever since I've been able to get the 60 installed, a few graphic add-ons on, X-Plane really is it's a beautiful looking simulator this.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Left hand side as well. Yeah, X-Plane clouds. With add-ons, the clouds can look good. By default, the X-Plane clouds are a bit terrible. Alright, 10,000 feet, landing lights come off. And seatbelt signs will now turn off. I'm going to have a quick look at packs. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it due to the thing. Seatbelt sign comes off. And there we go. Back and switch computer. No worries, Goran. See you there.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected turbulence.
See the aircraft shaking a tiny bit due to the winds. Still fighting a crosswind there. 291, it's taking a bit of a turn as well. What's that all about? Why are there two lines coming off the Kilo Tango 657 mark? Insufficient fuel. We do have enough fuel, that's fine. With that being said, the wind's certainly going to put a bit of a hassle on that. Never seen it do that before. Oh, Nag's next waypoint, that's fine. KT657, followed by number, but then KT657 also jumps straight to... Not too sure, let me avoid that waypoint. We'll do number. How odd is that? Doesn't appear at the late point, does it? Ooh, okay, that explains that. Let me delete that waypoint. Erase that, and there you go, that's looking much better now. Must have plugged something in by accident there. I'm not too sure when I did that though. So the clouds are clearing up a little bit though. So you'll see the countryside of southern Poland for a little bit, although not too far from Germany, so we shouldn't be in this part of the flight for too long. Go to the map, have a look at our location. Yeah, still in Poland, heading to Uyazd, sorry, Uyazd. The border of Poland and Germany is not too far in front of us. So, how are you guys doing? If I turn on the auto throttle, that would probably help, although I think the VNAV automatically controlled the throttles there, which is fine. Let's just stick this on full throttle just for the sake of spiking, and that will control the rest. Right, 20,000 feet, flight level 200. Coming up to our second waypoint very shortly. We should see some traffic on the way. I'm not sure if we're on the active towers at the moment, but I'll definitely keep an eye out, especially get towards the UK. Because I know that British controllers do usually stick around for a bit. So let me check the ProjectFLY radar now. Notification, I'll check what that is in a second. Oh no. The only active controller seems to be in Greece, in the agency area. So maybe we'll get someone later, but it's looking unlikely that we may get someone to talk to. Yeah, I've only got a centre somewhere in Germany, probably Gothenburg, I presume, from that codes. It's actually Czech Republic border we'll be crossing first, not the German. And go Czech Republic, sorry, Czechia, they rebranded themselves. And then through Germany, over the Netherlands, I presume, if we're heading north, and then into Birmingham. I'm at the G22 friend request, go ahead. And all's looking good. There we go, centre fuel tank is empty. So centre fuel will now turn off. I think it's just tanks 1 and 2 duration of flights. Still a little bumpy, I must say. The winds are certainly active today, so I'm not going to put down to anything serious. Loving the cloud shadows though. I'm just loving the clouds actually at the moment. So this is using Environments Plus. It's a Lure add-on, and it works on the clouds in the sky. Works with Lure scripts, just kind of making them look a little bit better with the default assets. They also have their own texture pack I got installed. I think this is probably my favourite clouds I've seen in X-Men so far, the Environment Plus stuff. I mean, there are a few add-ons out there, but this I just think is the best looking one in my opinion. They're not too harsh. Maybe a little bit soft in some cases, but not too harsh, and yeah, they genuinely look alright. Not 3D volumetric, but they do a pretty good job at kind of like trying to replicate something similar to it. Echo Foxtrot India, stood away from our Delta Yankee Alpha. That should be a pretty cool one. Again, it's ferry flights. That's according to the ProjectFLY contract set up. Alright, approaching 28,000, 280. Yep, no worries, welcome back, Goran. Hi, are you writing for message? What do you mean, Paul? You writing for message? Oh, lot 6567. Yes, this was me. This was me, Katowice, departing from. Yeah, how you doing, man? How you doing? Wszystko tutaj dzisiaj jestem po polsku. Orani po. Czy jestem po polsku? Po? Czy nie? Are you Polish or not? Because I've noticed that I've got quite a few Polish viewers on my streams today. To be fair, flying Ryanair from Poland, these flights are always usually filled with Polish people, so it makes sense. Po polsku. Ha, dobra. Gdzie jedziemy? Katowice to... Gdzie? I mean, I must say, since Ryanair started flying to Poland in 2008, they've probably done more for the Polish economy than anyone. I mean, name another airline that'll fly direct from every single airport in Poland to London Stansted. Before 08, you'd have to stick with either LOTs, flying wherever they're going to, and Ryanair came along, fly to every single regional airport. in Poland. If you name it, they fly there. And yeah, these days Ryanair now have quite a stronghold of the Polish market. So they've actually created their own like Polish sub-company as well. It's Ryanair Sun. They have 2 aircraft, is it? Both Polish registration. And they were done in order to try and break, just in case Brexit wasn't supposed to go well for the UK flights, by having a Polish subdivision of the company that could then fly to the UK without as much hassle. Katowice. Ah, dobra. No gym in Birmingham. So 3 hours of flying. It's just shy. It's 2 hours 35 flying. Last week he did most of the flights. The parallel KSF was great fun. Yeah, not mucking about because you've got a nice bit of history with messing around on VATSIM, don't you, go around? Still, people try and avoid you as much as they can in flights. To be fair, when you did that mess around stream, wasn't the smartest thing in the world. You came in at landed at Stansted, a few people trying to fly it, depart out. You and your friends drag racing along the Stansted runway and taxiways wasn't particularly great. Anyways, yeah, so now soon to reach cruising altitude. We're at 350, cruising at 36. So we'll get the altitude alarm, there you go. And then we focus on our cruise to London. Winds are very strong against us right now, 39 knots. Well, not strong in terms of power, but it's going to be a headwind for the whole flight. 39 knots, 274. Welcome, Creative Aviation. How you doing there? How you doing? Right, so there we go. FMC speed set. Speed will increase slightly as we now reach our cruising altitude. Aircraft level off. Seatbelt sign is off, although there gives me a chance now to speak to the passengers. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and we are now reaching our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, or about 12 kilometers up. So we're still flying to Birmingham with a time of around 2 hours, although we try and make it a little bit early, although the winds at the moment aren't quite their optimum. Otherwise, we hope you sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and if you have any questions, again, it cuts you off too early. They're just minor things about packs, but they just don't quite have it set.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and we are now reaching our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, or about 12 kilometers up. So we're still flying to Birmingham with a time of around 2 hours, though we try and make it a little bit early, although the winds at the moment aren't quite their optimum.
Okay, these packs chose to cut it off at a nice moment, rather than midway through a sentence for detection. Yeah, learnt your lesson, now trying to be a professional as can be. Sounds good, sounds good. Little bit of turbulence, but nothing too major. I don't think I'll go for the seatbelt sign just yet. If I need to, I'll turn it on. Aircraft seems to be fairly stable at the moment. Yeah, from the ground, fairly overcast right now, so not expecting to see much. Oh, what airport is this? I'm not too sure. Where's the flyby view? There it is.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks.
Complimentary? This is a Ryanair. We don't have complimentary.
Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Right, so keep an eye on ATC chat just for a little bit. I don't think we're going to have anything really major in terms of contacts, but it's always worth just keeping an eye on that. Although what I will do... Let's have a quick look at the weather over in Birmingham. Still in Poland, made a slightly more northerly heading. We might actually go straight to Germany rather than Czech Republic. So let's have a look at the airport information at Birmingham. Just want to make sure that the winds aren't too strong. It's variable at 3 knots. That's fairly light. 33015. We'll see what run we go to when we do land. Otherwise, it's not too bad. 1024, so quite high pressure at the moment. Just refresh that just in case. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Am I using any add-ons for Explain, or is it default? Oh yeah, I'm using a few add-ons. So I'm using the Zibo 737. This is the Zibo mods. I'm using Environments Plus Clouds, which is running through FlyWah. I'm using XP Realistic Pro. If I can show the panel. XP Realistic Pro, which lets you kind of like add a few realism tweaks to the aircraft and whatnot, so camera shake, sounds, extra files, that kind of stuff. Pretty cool, I do enjoy it. As well as that, I'm also using VATSIM, so I'm on Squawk Box right now. I've got Jar's Line ground handling, which is the ground service at the start of the video. I'm also using better pushback for the pushback tugs. Tabs also pretty cool when it comes to extra functionality of the aircraft tablets. Quite a few add-ons now using it, both payware and freeware, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm using a fair few add-ons, but not as many as others. I was also using GeForce Design Project Volume 1 over in Katowice. When I do get closer to Birmingham, you'll also see some Orbex South England in action as well, which is pretty cool. Yep, no worries, Creative Action. Always happy to help. If anyone has any questions on the chat or anything, feel free to get in chats. So we're both live on YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to talk about them, whatever. Flight time is an estimated... What is hard? Estimated time for arrival at the moment. No, it won't tell me on there, so I'm going to have to use the information that it gives me on Fly Live. ETA 12:41 Zulu, so about 20 to 2 in the UK. 22 in the UK is our estimated time of arrival. Engine's quite stable, 84% power, which is pretty good. Fuel burns face standard 1.05. The aircraft's following the flight plan quite nicely. Now I'm looking at the waypoints. What we could probably do is if we skipped Exec and Lassus, we could take a few. Most of the flights, and it also means that when we do that right turn, the winds are slightly more optimum for us. So we'll make that turn and fly as the path says. If you do get contacts by ATC, we'll then go through the standards procedure of that. But like I said, I've checked ProjectFLY's radar. It doesn't look like we have any current active towers in the UK or the journey ahead of us. An aircraft coming to land at Warsaw shortly. Final approach 33. There we go, right hand turn, bring us on to the next leg of the flights. One thing I'm going to have to try and look into trying to fix is the FS Enhancer add-ons. I've got the 0.6 beta that's available on the Facebook, although I've noticed that trying to run it, I believe it may be conflicts with Environment Plus or something, but running it does have the cloud textures appear in front of buildings rather than behind them, so it's a small minor graphical error. Hoping that I can look into fixing that, like I say, with the bit of messing around, a bit of conflicts checking. Otherwise, everything's running as smoothly as it's expected to at the moment. ProjectFLY is quite happily tracking his flights. It's now 11:03 Zulu, 12:03 in the UK, so it's now the afternoon. We should be an hour and 40 from landing. In Katowice to Birmingham, it's not so much the longest Ryanair route, it's quite a medium length one. But it's quite popular, especially with Polish people who live in Birmingham, because Katowice is quite a large airport when it comes to people living in the southwest regions of Poland. There aren't too many. You've got Katowice and Krakow. That's about it. It's like Rzeszów. Rzeszów is the only airport really in southeast, other than Lublin as well. Lublin, Świdnik. I mean, towards the north, you've got quite a few airports. I mean, you've got Warsaw, you've got the main hubs in Warsaw. You've got Łódź. You've got Gdańsk. You've got quite a few airports in the central north regions, but South Poland only really have those 4 airports, although they are quite well distanced from each other to serve a large part of the region. I mean, the one I do fly to quite often is Rzeszów, as you guys should know. I've done Łódź, sorry, not Łódź, sorry. I've done Lublin once. Flew into Świdnik 2 or 3 years ago now. Although Rzeszów is the main go-to for me and my family. And then it's usually Stansted, but I've done the odd Luton flight in the past before. So, Zibo's performing good at the moment. In fact, some of the recent updates we've had in Zibo certainly has fixed quite a few bugs that we've seen in it as of recent. As the Zibo gets newer, as it gets updated, certainly keeps getting better, keeps getting better. And while not perfect, I mean, like I said, earlier on we had that, again, I might have tested it out wrong, maybe the FMS just glitched up or something, but other than that, I've not really noticed too many bugs with these latest versions of the Zibo. Certainly makes it a lot more fun to fly, that's for sure. I mean, I remember once when I was doing the Ryanair the Ryanair 9-hour day in life flights, which I should try and do another one of those at some point, because people really enjoyed watching that first one. Yeah, basically, that was it. I had issues with the pressurization. Despite the fact I'd set it on the grounds, and the issues were all set and whatever, I had issues with the fact that the aircraft still wasn't pressurizing, and it led to everyone blacking out before we took off, so that was a slight mishap. But no, as I say, the Zibo gets better with every update, and while it's a bit of a period of moments where we've now got AudioBird and the other guy leaving now, I forget his name. We'll see what happens to the future of the Zibo. I mean, we expect it to be great. I mean, we've lost the audio, we've lost the... Okay, what did the other guy do? We've lost 2 people, and... well, the development will still go on. I mean, already the sounds are pretty much spot on, so it's not like we're going to lose too much. I mean, AudioBird again, his sounds are great. He is looking to take a step back now, so we do thank him for his service to the Explain community. And yeah, we do wish him the best as well. And there's a few things he cited in his personal life. Didn't say what exactly it was, but he did decide that he needed just some time to, I guess, recuperate. And so he's gone and done that. It's a really good looking plane in this. Honestly, can't complain with it at all. We've got the little air conditioning vent thing there sorted. Ooh, frame rate's taking a bit of a hit. Thank you, Aviator Ryan 102 for subscribing, much appreciated. Why has the frame rate just plummeted so suddenly? I don't think it's scenery related. I mean, I've been doing a few flights already. So that's max FPS just in case. Another aircraft to our left there apparently. But that being said, are there still AI aircraft still flying around? No, there's not. Yeah, and the frame rate's just gone picked up again. I'm not too sure. I must have looked at something with heavy FPS hits. Like we go to customize visual. I mean that won't affect it, I don't think. Ooh, the rain effects do affect still the frame rates quite a bit. There's no rain, so we don't particularly need that turned on at the moment. And the passenger models, do they affect it? Not really, no. It's just the windshield effects. So I'm looking into those ski effects. It's nothing major. I mean, there you go. FPS, you can get a solid 30 now. Without OBS, I could easily get this up to about 50, 60 frames without any hassle. But that fact we're streaming right now does take a few frames off of it. Awesome stream. No worries, man. Much appreciated, Ryan. Much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying it. So I've got a right turn coming up shortly. And then yeah, waypoint's fairly sparse up until we get towards the UK. That's when we get a few more waypoints guiding us in. Top descent's just before Hemel. And then I need to plug in the approach. We were given an approach to plug in, so I'll probably go for that one. The variable at 3 knots, so you can probably go for either runway. I'll do a check of flight route 24. Just to get an idea of what runway that aircraft come in to land at. Yeah, so now it's cruise, probably the quiet part of the flights. Once we get closer towards Birmingham, we'll probably start to see a few more people come up on the chat. But like I say, if there's any questions, anything you want to chat about, feel free to stick them in the comments in the live chat, and then we'll happily talk about it. But at the moment, so this is just the sit down bit. It's relaxing, all looks pretty good. Nice to know that the rain effects, despite the fact there not being any rain, causing the lagging issue there. I'll never understand that. And yeah, coming into land at Birmingham, it is going to be midday, so no fancy night lighting, I'm afraid, on this flight. But regardless, should still be pretty good. Should look pretty good, especially with the approach to Birmingham. If we head into the north, then we'll get to see the city itself, more of the industrial bit of Birmingham. Heading from the south will be more of a, yeah, more greenery, more countryside we'll get to see. So it depends what approach we'll go for. Hang on, what's happening with the, hang on, you have to file every flight plan individually prior to departure, I guess. Correct. In that case of active ATC, who will monitor your flight. I presume that guy's new to that sim. It doesn't look like he quite understands the process of it just yet. It's always worth monitoring chat. And like I said, I mean, with that sim, the community itself's usually pretty good. We have one or two trials on here or whatever, but they're not too common. At least not as common as they used to be. So it's always good to help out some of the new guys. It just means there's more traffic in the air when you fly later. I mean, for me, I always fly with the voice chat activated, although without any voice chats, no one to talk to. And I was also one of the people who thought that Unicom, my microphone wasn't working because I couldn't hear people. No, Unicom is text only. There is no voice. At least not yet. They have talked about voice Unicom a few times, the Vatsim guys, but they've been a bit quieter on it as of recent. I'm not sure if they've scrapped it or not, but I believe it's still going ahead. At the next Flight Sim show at Cosford, I'll certainly bring that question up. And speaking of Flight Sim show at Cosford, I do need to start looking into buying train tickets for it. And the problem is, unlike the last 2 years I went, the tickets prices for trains have certainly gone up. Virgin trains, I need to go from London to Cosford, which means I got to wake up at like 2 in the morning to get to Euston, which should be pretty cool. Said no one ever. Buy tickets, London Euston to Cosford. It might be worth looking at Chiltern actually this year. Go around. Ooh, someone's done the go around. If it's a Zephyr XP3D, I'd be right clicking right now and viewing their aircrafts, but sadly not. Sadly not. Right, what's this? It's the 5th to the 6th. I'm staying the whole weekend for the show. I need to arrive before 8:45, maybe 8. We'll say 9 o'clock. Leaving at 5 on the Sunday. So I've also got a hotel I need to get to as well. Not great, the prices. Chiltern main line. Yep, you can use my cookies because every website requires this. Right, buy tickets. From Marylebone to... who would it be? It'll be Cosford again, won't it? Because I need to make a walking change. Outbound in October 5th. Depart after, I need to arrive before 9:30. Actually 9 o'clock. And then add a return. There's no return just yet. So I'll look at that tomorrow. How much will Chiltern charge me to get there? Outgoing from 35 quids. 57! Yeah, it's not cheap. Train prices went up last year at a slightly higher rate than they usually do. Outgoing from £8.40, but it means I'm going to arrive at the show at 10:30, which is a little later than I'd like to be doing. It was a 2-hour train though. Arrive at Birmingham Moor Street at 8:59. Walk from Moor Street to New Street, and then wait an hour for a train. Yeah, it's not a bad time, that 7 AM one, although it requires 2 hours on the train. What time is... what line is that? It's going to be West Midland trains. And that's going to be flying from... hang on, buy tickets. We'll do London. Could we do London any? Have a look. Train. Kayak's pretty good. Let's go on kayak. Whenever it comes to me booking flights abroad and all that, the reason I guess I take so many holidays, I say in quotation marks, down to the fact that I use Kayak to search for flight tickets, and they always bring up some quite cheap ones, which are pretty cool. Kayak trains, we have to go for, because the app does not have trains. So, London, sounds good. London Any to Cosford. Wolverhampton, oh, of course, so that's fine. Departs August, September, October 5th to the 6th. This one needs to be from 6 AM, I guess, to my return being at 5. Let's see what Kayak can bring up for me. No trains were found. Oh, great. That was useless. Okay. Let's go to trainline.com. We're starting. No, not New Street. I want to start at London. London Any. We're going to Cosfords. Out by... Let's arrive by on October 5th, 9 o'clock. Add a return on the 6th, departing after 1700s. Welcome back, Ryan. How you doing? I'm just kind of going through the process of looking at train tickets to get to Cosford, because the prices are not as cheap as they have been in the last 2 years. Gosh, cheapest will see me arriving at Cosford at midnight for a £36 return. Oh my words. Or I could go to Euston and then wait 5 hours at Wolverhampton for a train to Shrewsbury. Who decides these ticket prices? It's crazy. Because the train I'd normally take... Yeah, the train I'd normally take to the show, and have been doing for the last 2 years... Well, before it cost me £21 return... has now gone up to 47, so... I'm not quite sure. British Airways is coming with the 787 sim, flight sim shows here, and it's going to be a really bad one. Yeah, they bring it to most shows. It's not a great sim, it's a portable flight simulator. At the end of the day, it's a portable flight simulator. Some enjoy it, some not so. Yeah, 83 days, 21 hours, 7 minutes and 58 seconds left till it starts. See which exhibitors you got so far. Just Flights, our co-host, Orbex, Aerosoft, Regular Corporation, that's the Dead Stick people. Still Remex, I believe, but Remex now published under it Regular, which is why they've appeared as Regular this year. XP11 Laminar Research, Infinite Flights, FS Reborn, they are the VR? No. Mass Experience. I'm not quite sure about FS Reborn, I have to look into those guys. Meta, it's Matt Davies, Simwork Studios, they do a few of the combat aircrafts. Magnites, yes, we know Magnites. FS Labs, that's the A320 people. And you've got a few hardware people, so Chill Blast, Flight Sim PM, Alpine Flight Systems, Fulcrum Simulator, and Honeycomb Aeronautical. I'm surprised Midland Computers aren't here. They've attended every show so far. I have to look into why they've not appeared so far. You've got Virtual Flight Experience, Komodo Simulations. There we go, Midland Computers. They are on this list. I'm just not looking far enough. Yeah, Midland Computers. Because the show's in the Midlands, it's quite easy for them to attend. Scalark Electronics, got PC Pilots, the other co-host, FS Elite, we all know FS Elite, IVAO, we've got ModSim, who are they? Military, yeah, they're the military people. My brother used to, I'm not sure if he's, I have to ask him. Fly UK Virtual, X-Plane Dedicated, and that is that. No, that's him, okay. Fair enough. Maybe I won't ask them then. And the schedule so far, so doors open. There will be a talk, hasn't been announced yet though. Or this, okay, they actually haven't announced anything yet on the 5th. On the 6th, they haven't announced anything yet either. We'll see. As I say, getting to Katowice is not looking cheap this year, so hopefully I can budget it. Otherwise the show tickets themselves have now been booked. And do remember, if you pre-book tickets for flights from the show, then you get the slightly cheaper ticket, as well as a free goodie bag as well. So it gets you the latest PC Pilot edition, and then usually the flights from the show they'll throw in a few extra stuff as well. So last year, it was a mouse mat, it was a key for either one of 2 Just Flight add-ons, and a few pens as well. A little bit I haven't said, the aircraft is shaking slightly, I do need to keep an eye on that. Otherwise everything else is pretty stable. Got an airport down there. Is that Munich? Are we close to Munich right now? Not chart, sorry, I want to go to map. Location. Ah, it's Leipzig, okay, not Munich. Yeah, we are in Germany at least. Yeah, Munich's all the way down there, isn't it? Yeah, München, Munich. So yeah, we're over Leipzig. And we should be leaving around Amsterdam area when we do cross the channel. Infinite Flight is coming to Flight Show this year. Yes, they are. To be fair, they also came to the last year's show as well. So I did do an interview with the guys of that, but the problem with their interview is that the stand next to them were playing some really loud music, and it completely destroys the audio from my interview, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, I didn't do Infinite Flight too well last year, so this year I do hope to make things right. Right any wrongs made last year. That should be pretty good. I mean, they've also got the upcoming Explain Global as well, which I have to compete against. We'll certainly make some interesting announcements at the show next year. There's certainly a few questions I'll be bringing up with them, because as always at the Flight Sim show, I always do the developer interviews, and I always use the questions that the community asks. So I go around Discord, different online forums and whatnot, ask people what they want to ask questions, and then I bring those together in a list to developers. So it should be pretty good. I mean, as it's over 2 days this year, it means I can quite easily get all the interviews down, as well as actually have time to mess around with some of the stuff. Last 2 years, because I'm so busy interviewing people, I don't actually get time to I don't get time to mess around the actual stuff on the show. So while the interviews are always pretty good and they do get well received by the community, I do unfortunately miss out on a few of the extras. So something that this year I hope to try and sort out. Maybe spend 1 day dedicated to interviews and the next day just dedicated to walking around the show and seeing what there is. And hopefully, because there is so much more time as well, get to a few more of the seminars. Should be a good show this year, I must say. Everything's shaping up to be a really good show. The first of 2-day events. Oh great, now I just realised that I might actually be interviewing my brother this year, because... Hang on, is he on Discords? I've just realised I may actually having to interview him, which will make for an interesting chat. Okay, let me figure out. I'm going to go call him on Discord, see if that may actually be the case. If it is, then good luck. Yes, let this all load in the background. I do usually have Discord open, but it's being a bit CPU heavy at the moment today, so probably an update or something. Yeah, the update's currently loading, so give that a second to its thing. While we wait, do a quick update on the flights. Still a fairly, not strong headwind, but still a headwind that exists. So I've got a fair bit of flight left to go. The fuel will be interesting, see if that one lasts. I'm sure it will do, but we did get a pop earlier saying that we were a little low on fuel for the destination. From central Germany. Not quite halfway through the flight just yet, so that's something I also have to keep a close eye on. Ooh, Lot just got a new NG to replace the Max. The second-hand 737 that has scimitars and eyebrows. Hang on. Hello? Hang on, I can't hear you. Give me a second. Go to voice and video. Obviously nothing's not been set up correctly just yet. Input device is fine. Output device is that. Try now. Oh, hang on, that's why. You're on my mic. Hang on. Oh, he's currently on my. And now? Perfect. Right. So, who's actually attending the flight sim show for Magnites? So you're telling me that. So you're telling me that for the flight sim show this year, there is an almost certain chance it will be you I'm interviewing.
Yes.
This is going to be interesting.
I know, right?
Right, well, I'll find some questions. Great, I'll find some questions and I'll stick in front of the camera.
Plus side though, you get to ask them the cabbage to ask them later on.
True, that is true.
Though, on the website, right, we're next to FS Labs and we're under Matt Davies. You're never going to sell that flat. No one's going to buy that. You want to be underneath Matt Davies next step.
Fair enough. So where about, do you know, have you had, no, the map that comes out, when does the layout come for the show? True, because you're with Jetstream as well as Magnites. Tolis, will Tolis be at the show? Shame. Nope, that's all. Yeah, they got a second-hand NG with scimitars and eyebrows. Because that's... From who? Oh, okay. Yeah, how old is it?
Well, Simpson stopped in 2004. I mean, the eyebrows in 2004. Simpson started in 2016. So, it's going to be an old one. It's actually pretty cool.
Right. So, back to the flying. Yeah, so it's Magnite will be there as well as Jetstream Radios. My brother's a part of them both. Good chance I'll be interviewing him during the show, which, like I say, will make for an interesting interview. So, all's going well with the flight so far. Echo Foxtrot India, being a much newer aircraft compared to Delta Yankee Alpha we normally go for. So I see doing its fair bit at the moment. So the fancy landing lights, where we've got 2 switches rather than 4 of them. That's actually maybe the only difference between the older and the newer 737s. I don't think there's any other switch that comes different. In fact, there's a way I can check this all. And that is on the left, under Customize. Variants, right. Any distance rings, yes, no, which is going to be, whoops, the distance rings there. Flight control, yeah, don't mess any of that just in case. RS position, message and line, that's fine. Satcom, we've got no Satcom, but if we wanted internet, then we just do that. Ryanair with internet, eh? Never seen that before. Winglets, we got no winglets. If we wanted to go super old school, go for blended, which is the standard ones we got. And we've got split scimitars, which is the, I guess, the max style wings in quotation marks. Yeah, I'll go blended for the fact that we're a Ryanair NG. Landing pulse lights, yes or no. I don't actually know what that is. We've got LEDs, yeah, halogen bulbs, which is the 4 switch we're used to, although LEDs we're going for today. Got HUD for captain, so I can bring that down. Is it functional? I'm not too sure. That's the hand grip. Oh, it is. Yeah, so go for the HUDs. Only one Ryanair aircraft has ever been fitted with a HUD, and that was Echo India Foxtrot Oscar Bravo, EI-FOB. And as due to the fact that it was an ex-KLM aircraft, KLM cancelled their NG and so Ryanair took it over. Although the HUD has since been removed due to the fact that nobody actually used it. So they're like, we don't want it, so they got rid. And then you got your AOA array stuff. So a few minor variants, but nothing major really, nothing too much to stand out with. Yes, we are just shy of the midway point of this flight now. Yeah, aircraft's shaking a little bit more again, so minor turbulence it's now dealing with. So long as it stays minor, I'm not expecting any issues with the flights just yet. Now everything's pretty stable at the moment. Clouds creating a nice effect. Ground's fairly covered, but regardless, I'm not expecting too much, like I say, the flights. I'm keeping on the turbulence, that's the only major thing that's happening right now. But other than that, everything else is looking pretty stable. So, things to talk about, talking points. Oh yeah, actually yeah, fun things. So, for those who followed one of my recent streams, I think it was, I mentioned it in the last one, but it was not so much of a thing. So yeah, those who know I'm going to Finland in December, being there for Christmas, New Year's. So basically, I booked the flights from Gatwick to Milan, Milan to Lappeenranta, where I'd spend 2 weeks before going. Well, I spend 2 weeks where I'm spending part of it in Lappeenranta, half of it in Helsinki. If I do the flights Helsinki to Oslo, and Oslo to London. So I got an email in the week from Norwegian. Basically, the flights that I was meant to take, the first one, Helsinki to Oslo, was moved back by about 3-4 hours. So as much as I could do it, it wasn't a flight I really wanted to take because I want to spend a bit more time in Helsinki, spending time with friends while heading back into London. So what they fortunately did for me was actually move me onto a later flight which was directs to London. So I'm doing Helsinki to Gatwick direct, which is a pretty cool bonus because the flight ticket itself is like twice the price. So, well, I don't mind the stopover. Find direct's a lot nicer. And yeah, Norwegian were quite happy to move the flight down, as well as without any extra like costs and whatever I paid for the extra seats and whatnot. So that was pretty good. Shout out to Norwegian there. Yeah, I'm quite excited for this trip. Like I say, it's 2 weeks long, and yeah, again, I do like Norwegian for the fact that it has free in-flight Wi-Fi. So do tune in for that. I don't know, maybe I'll stream the flight. Maybe I will reply to comments. I don't know. I'll see what happens. But still pretty cool. I mean, there aren't many airlines, especially in Europe, which do the online Wi-Fi, and certainly not for free as well. So it's a nice extra bonus. Yeah, so I jet out on the 21st of December, and then don't return to the UK until the 5th. And fingers crossed I keep my passport on me this time, because last time I was in Finland, yeah, I lost my passport towards the end of the trip, so I actually had to stay a few more days and sort out a different return flight home, which was awkward. Well, I'm sure most of you guys have now seen my stuck in Helsinki without a passport video vlog I did about a year ago now. It's 14th today. When did I actually leave for Finland? Last year. I think it may have actually been the 14th. Let me check my calendar. Let's go by month and go to last July. Yeah, July 14th. Let's have a quick look at our position right now, get a quick update of that. And yeah, potentially soon start looking into setting up the landing as well. And we're halfway through the flight right now. Don't forget we're going to Birmingham as opposed to London. And so what I will do, let's have a quick look at the weather in Birmingham. It was variable last time at 3 knots. It's variable at 1 knot. So yeah, winds are very calm at the moment. Over to flight radar and see which runway is currently in use at Birmingham. Stick in flight radar 24. Where it's 33 or 15 we have in use right now. Where's this? This is Berlin. I want to go to Birmingham. There we go. Birmingham Airport is currently empty. There are no planes at Birmingham right now. They've actually got a vehicle patrolling the airport right now. Birmingham Airport. It's not closed or anything, so keep an eye out, see if there's any aircraft like on approach or anything. Edinburgh to London. There we go, far right to Birmingham. That's Edinburgh to London, sorry, not Birmingham. So you're coming in on from the south. Using 33, so plug in runway 33. And as for the approach we're going to use, let me double check that, because I believe it was the Grove approach, was it? Yeah, Grove 1 Charlie. So Hamilton Buzzard, it's 9 miles. Although how sharp is the turn in front of it? Let's go on plan modes, zoom in a bit. So go next page. And then it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, next page. Right, Hemel to Buzzard. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Yeah, we'll execute that. And that is our approach. Now, sort of see, we start our top ascent just before Hemel. And that guides us into Birmingham quite nicely. Bit of an interesting final bit there. What I might actually want to do is get that waypoint. And stick it there. Yeah, that makes more sense for the approach rather than overlapping coming around. So, our top of descent, is that still the same? Well, no, it now starts at Wessel. Yeah, that makes more sense coming into London, not London, sorry, Birmingham. So, approach now set. 30 flaps as per usual. And I'll be using 110, 10, 327. 110, 10. 110, 10. 327 and 327. Perfect. So that's our approach now sorted out. And so when we do come into land in a short bit, I mean we've still got to cross the Netherlands first before we do start our top of descents. But it's not particularly too far now. Yeah, go to Logan, it's the next page. We'll see what happens. Because normally, especially flying to London airports, then we'd start looking to our top descent now. Once across the channel, but I say Birmingham's a little bit more west, so we do need to take that into account, add an extra 30 or 40 minutes to the flight time as well. No, we're really tuned to the Gatwick ground. EGKK grounds 121.8. Ah, yes, we are. Is the question. It's the answer. Set to COM2. There we go. That makes more sense. I swear I set that up at the first point when I first departed. I'm sure I set that to VHF1. Well, never mind if I didn't. So a quick look, we're about 80 miles now from the start of our descent and approach bit. Yeah, so Gorlo's the last waypoint of the Netherlands. And then that takes us across the channel, and then heading up north towards Birmingham. And so sensors are alternative, but looking at our fuel, despite the fact I told us earlier that we don't have enough fuel, it seems to have done alright in terms of calculating that, so not too much hassle really. You're also now over halfway through the flight, it's about 3/4 of the way there. I should say it's more 2/3 really. But yeah, continuing the flight as it is. We land in approximately 12:44. We land in approximately 32 minutes. No, 38 minutes. And since it's quite a straight-in approach, it's not going to be too different from that ETA to our actual landing time. We're coming in from the south, and then in from the south, so it's a fairly simple one as well. 40 miles now. Until we reach the coast. So actually no. It's 40 miles to reach the next waypoint. We reach the coast in about 20 seconds. So it's not really too long until we reach the coast. It's been a good flight so far, I will say. Nice and stable. Turbulence a little bit shaky, but nothing too concerning. The passengers, yeah, they look pretty happy at the moment. Yeah, passengers look pretty happy. You're certainly enjoying the flight, I must say. Actually, if I look at the PAX add-on, yeah, passengers are all very satisfied, so not really much we need to say so far. When we do reach our top descent, yeah, according to PAX, we should be arriving in 58 minutes, although we're really about 30 minutes early at the moment. It's a 2 hour 35 minute scheduled flight, so yeah, we're really not having too much of a hassle when it comes to our descent and landing. Shouldn't be too long either until we now reach our top of descent, so that's something we'll be starting off very shortly. Just remember, winds in Birmingham are 1 knot at the moment, so expecting no winds for this approach either. Yeah, living in London, I can look outside. It's fairly cloudy, a few minor blue patches, but nothing major. So, seeing our routes. Do we hit London? We do go to Hemel. We actually go across Lambourne as well, so we do actually... Yeah, we cut across London. Because Logan's usual waypoint for London coming into approach at Stansted. Before heading up north. It's a very interesting route they've given us for this kind of flight. Interesting to see which landmarks we cut across. I mean, yeah, Lambourne is towards the east of London. But if I look for Hemel, which is this waypoint up here, Hemel Hampstead, you can see it. It looks like it's going to take us across Watford and Ilford. So we do cut across the north of London. We do go, by the looks of things, directly over the Wembley Stadium, which should be pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. Crossing the English Channel now. So the next landmass we'll be crossing, flying over, will be the United Kingdom, which is our destination for today. Top of descent's not for a little bit longer. Well, it's not too far actually, I must say. 5, 3, 2, 4. Should appear on this. We're going to top of descent now, just over 80 miles. Around 85 I'd put that at. Aircraft to our left, 5,000 feet above us. It's quite a high cruise that. What, 410? No idea what you're flying then. See if I can try and pinpoint them on the ProjectFLY radar, because that is a very high cruise they've gone for. I can't see them anywhere. It's a lot Posh Airlines Q400. Flying from Sissy to Krakow? Seriously? Okay, not particularly high though. It's almost 32,000, and what are you at? 25,000. It's going to be a long flight for this one, lot 15, I must say. It's very quiet. Here we've got a friend of mine, Rory W, probably flew with him at one point, flying Sensor to Amsterdam. But we've still got the short crossing left for the channel. So, next waypoint, got a right hand turn, and that puts us in line just north of the River Thames. So we fly this heading for a little bit. What was that? 262. Yes, maybe going 270, so we'll still be heading a very slight southerly direction there, heading to the southwest. Okay, it's 264, 265. That purple line is... sorry, magenta. The magenta line is moving slightly. Yeah, it still seems to stabilise around 264. Again, the aircraft to our left, 5,000 feet above us. It looks like it's heading the same direction as us, but I honestly don't think it is. It's not Thomas Cook. It's not TY. White. They're all lower than us. And they're also all heading the other direction. We may come across an A320 EasyJet ahead of us. They're heading to Amsterdam, but they're heading the other direction, so they're still climbing, currently at 4,776 feet. We'll see how high they get when they do come across our pathway. Otherwise, everything else seems pretty standard. We've got a British Airways 752, I see. They don't fly anymore, but so I'm going at 10,000, passed over London just now. And there's also a little Piper PA-46. That's on a... There's a fair bit of flying, I must say. He departed from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and heading at Stansted. He's gone to the cargo area, but yeah, he's done that alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. Otherwise, approaches into Birmingham seems pretty quiet at the moment. There's no Birmingham traffic. Yeah, nothing at the moment. Alright, top percent things just appeared, 40 miles away. So in a little bit closer, I'll set the MCDU to an intercept of, so look at the runways, 2,000, we need to step down to 2,000. Still having trouble setting up your flight plans. What's up? What are you trying to set up? And what tools are you using as well? Well, Matt Goran, how are you? We're 20 miles away from top of the descent, and so we should start planning our approaching shortly. Try out some websites. Hang on, try out some websites, tell you in a sec, but I don't get the computer thing at the bottom. Wait till your flight plans out. Ah, the FMS. It takes a little bit of learning, I will be honest. Took me a few attempts as well, but it's not particularly difficult. And if you go to the index, basically doing it each page at a time, and for takeoff, you only need the first 4 done. So identification, position, perfs, and takeoff. So identification, you don't actually need to do anything here, it's just telling your aircraft setup. Position, you just need to set the IRS, so overhead panel, set up the 2 IRSs to nav, put in your location. In fact, we'll stand 19 at Katowice if that means anything. Next page, doesn't really matter. Head over to route, plug in your origin and destination airports, your company route, where you put in the flight plan you created. If you have one, if not, you plug it in manually into the route page. So that'll be this page here. And after you've done that, set up your perfs, so your cruising altitude. I need to reset my own altitude now that I'm about to reach top of descent. So 2000 I need to set this to. Set your cruising altitude, set the average winds as well as your cost index, fuel amount, and ZW and all that. And then afterwards you select your take information, so that would be your rotate speeds, your centre of gravity, and your trim as well. Very simple. I did a tutorial a little while ago for the PMDG 737, although it's still a 737 at the end of the day, so maybe worth checking out at some point. Both setups are very similar. There's so much stuff that you have to know, it's important or not most confusing with me. Again, it's trial and error. Find a tutorial and kind of just follow it step by step. Once you learn the basics, you learn everything else basically. Alright, we land in 15 minutes apparently. So what I will do is check what's our ETA here, 40 minutes. We'll do a recording one. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck. It's your captain speaking. We have just started our top of descent and should be landing in Birmingham in around 20 minutes. So we do ask you to follow the cabin crew's instructions for landing, and we will give you a quick update as to when we land, but it will be 20 minutes until we land. And this is what I mean. It still says listening, right? So this is going to be was this ahead of schedule by 20 minutes, 20 like, yeah, so say 20 minutes slightly early. Okay to that.
Again, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck,
And see what sign comes
we have
on.
just started our top of descent and should be landing in Birmingham in around 20 minutes. So we do ask you to follow the cabin crew's instruction.
Yeah, it just cuts off
Gentlemen, the flight
too
crew has
early.
turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
So much stuff you need to want to know. That's why it's confusing. Honestly, why I stick to Infinite Flight. Thing with Infinite Flight though is at the end of the day, it is a mobile simulator, and while it's good for mobile, they don't do everything like top tier realistic level as you get in a desktop flight simulator. Now, I'm not saying Infinite Flight is bad because it's not. It does quite a lot of stuff really well, but it's just not quite the same level as a desktop, if you know what I mean. We are over the UK, which is the fact that it's so cloudy. We haven't really been able to see much of the country. And yeah, we are going to fly over North London, but just for the fact that the weather is not quite up to scratch, we're not going to see too much of the ground, really. Yeah, so we've just passed the M1, which is currently over St Albans. Now over Lambourne, which takes us on the right hand turn. Sorry, over Hemel Hempstead, which is on the right hand side, and takes us towards Birmingham. Alright, 16,000. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes.
Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes.
If you've got to ask right now, would you consider this a real-time job? Probably. I mean, I do enjoy flying. Problem is I just don't have a license or anything set up. If you're speaking, your microphone's off. Yes, it was. I just realised that was first talking. But it's not too bad. So, only 14,000. Soon coming into land. Start thinking about the final approach and all that. We've set everything up, so that's pretty good. Heading to 327, 327. So it's just a case of turning on the VOR localizer and set up. Echo Bravo, Echo Golf, Bravo traffic. Expecting runway 33. ETA 10 mins. And what's the name of the approach? It's the Grove approach. Approach via Gove 1 Charlie. Yeah, since we're low enough, the southeast England scenery is now starting to become a bit more visible. Not so much needing to decrease speed, which is pretty cool. 12,000 feet, so we should start setting up the landing lights at 10. Is this online? Yes, this is on VATSIM. You fly VATSIM flights usually. So I'm currently connected via X-Squawk box. I'm looking at Swift, which does have the aircraft anchoring when on the ground, but I'm not quite sure how to set it up or run it, so sticking to Squawk box for now. Yeah, not telling me to decelerate just yet, so won't you set it up just yet. But we should make it to 250 below 10,000, which is alright. Right, we're below 250 now, so aircraft will continue its descent. Landing lights active.
Final descent.
Woo, that was a bit of a freeze.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin. Select
Give us a moment to catch up there. I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
any crash one time.
Maybe just trying to load up another chunk of scenery, but
Tables are just loaded. Seats are in the full upright.
suffering. Right, well, there's Birmingham. No,
Also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of
too far south of Birmingham. Northampton town, that's it. So currently over Northampton. Below 10,000. They might actually be the clouds causing slight excess and lag. I'm not sure. Certainly wasn't this bad on flying the flights to London Heathrow last weekend. Now it's at night with thousands of lights extra. Set my altimeter up as it should be, 1024. There we go. Altimeter set. Water brake set to 2. Are those default clouds? No, they're not. These are environment plus clouds. Not a bad add-on. One I haven't been able to use for a little while. Just your graphics card, but haven't been able to rework it with the new one. Although something has just killed the frames there. Oh no. Okay, so when I move, it seems to be killing it. Keeping the camera stable seems to be alright. My guess is the clouds are certainly put a little bit heavy on. We're at 7,000 feet, 20 miles till the intercept. Alright, so we should now be getting lower than the cloud altitude here. That got us right into Birmingham. Airport's not yet in sight, but isn't too far ahead of us now. Got to a detail point shortly, so we'll start up with the flaps. There's a bit of spoilers as well, just to help the slow down. And there you go, 20 miles an hour from the intercept, so just shy of 20 miles an hour. There you go, ILS now connected. Standstill using runway 4, just the northerly heading runway. Yeah, 33 is also northerly, so that makes sense. Although wind's currently at 336, 335, it's a 327 landing, so it's a very nice headwind that. Cannot complain with that. Alright, down to 5,000. Alright, 10 miles to go. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Alright, less than 10 miles now, 9.6 miles. VOR localizer active. Two more stages of flaps to go down. Is that Birmingham? There you go. See a city Birmingham itself, but the actual airport, not quite yet. Very much skimming these latitude clouds right now. As we continue our descent, they shouldn't be so much of a thing. Yeah, I'll carry on tweaking my sim setup. Like I say, when I'm stationary looking straight or looking out the windows, frame rate's fine. It's just when I'm changing views, it seems to not quite like that. It should be visible to us in front of us. Where are you, Birmingham? Airport is in sight. It's time 12:56. So actually maybe a little behind for the packs. I know, it's supposed to arrive on 20 seconds. Okay, so we're just a bit behind because of the 20-minute early setup, but it shouldn't cause too much of an issue on the ground.
How's it go?
Gear down. Normally I like to go for gear when we're actually on the glide slope, but we're down to 2000 anyway, so get down a little bit early. Alright, flaps 30. Let's do a quick final pre-landing checklist. So flaps set, auto brake set, landing light is active. Minimums is done. Set the altitude if we need to go around, not just yet. The altitude for go around will be 4000, so we'll set that once we're on the approach. And then after that, it's pre-landing checklist complete. Right, on Echo Golf Bravo Bravo on final runway 33. The aircraft align, sets the approach. Certainly looking good. This scenery here, absolutely fantastic. Orbeck's done a really great job when it comes to Orbeck's England South. Alright. Ground altitude sets. Pre-landing checklist completes. So we'll get to 1000. So at that point, we'll take the manual control, bring it in. Auto throttle stays on a little bit late. Woo. The weather changed there. 4 knots heading 071, so I think it may have just done. We'll keep it on the ILS a little bit longer. Okay, I'll take manual control shortly. Auto throttle off. Autopilot disengage. Winds are stable, so it's a 4 knot winds coming into land, not a problem. Mm.
500.
We're committed.
400.
Light slow.
We're on the glide slope there.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
200.
Can disregard that since we are on the glide slope. The Magenta line takes us up a bit further down the runway, but
Light slow.
100.
Think rate.
50.
Think
40.
rate.
30. 20.
thrust cuts, bit of a float.
10.
191, I'll take that. 80 knots. Reverse thrust cut, 60. And there we go. Welcome to Birmingham International.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
Exit the
Do not
runway
use
here.
Mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final
There we go.
destination, we
Welcome
thank you for
to
flying
Birmingham,
with
like I
us.
say.
If you're making
191
a
50-minute
connection,
landing,
do not
190 is
enter
according to
your
ProjectFLY, so that's
consideration
quite
for
accurate, I
consideration.
guess. Not terrible, not the best, but not terrible. A little bit close towards the end there, but regardless, it was a decent landing. Tight lights are on. Everything's looking good. And we'll turn on the APU as well. Flaps come up. Echo go for our Bravo, clear of runway. Passing to the terminal at Birmingham isn't too far away. You can see the train liner there as well, because the airport is also connected to the what's the centre called? What's the exhibition centre called at Birmingham? I have completely forgotten the name of it. It's where EGX Res is up north. It's also where a couple of major shows are. I've just forgotten the name of it. Hey Google, what is the name of the Birmingham Exhibition Centre? NEC Birmingham. Yeah, National Exhibition Centre, NEC Birmingham. Now, I don't actually know where the terminals are at Birmingham. I presume it's in front of us. Placed on the map. I'm not quite sure why the sim's frozen like this. There we go. How's the Birmingham Airport's map? Actually, yeah, there's quite a lot more of the terminal in that direction, apparently. What I will do is slow the plane down and just quickly scoot ahead. Figure out where this terminal is. It's not that. It's not any of this. I honestly don't know. Does Birmingham have a terminal? I presume so. Plenty of gates. It's not over there, so I'll park up the aircraft in one of these, and then the next time I fly from Birmingham, I'll do a bit of a look up as to where the gates are. Just means we have to call in the bus. Right, well the APU isn't active at least. Aircraft's all fine. Just find the gate, stick it in. There's a few ground services at each stand, which is alright. So obviously they do expect some aircraft to park up over here. I mean, even if these are like the remote stands for the end of the day services, it's somewhere to put the aircraft down. I mean, there's always a chance that when we've loaded up the sceneries here, it would have just removed some of the actual ground setup. Well, we'll take this parking area over here. I presume this is a parking area. Aircraft stop. Parking brakes set. Taxi lights off. Engines off. APU power on. Packs off. APU bleed off, bleed on. Packs now come off. And right, fuel tanks can now come off as well since the AP only uses the left hand side ones. Right, welcome to Birmingham. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Birmingham International, where the local time is 2:03. We thank you once again for flying with Ryanair, and we hope to see you on the flight in the near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Right, so general public address, that's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Birmingham International, where the local time is.
Bring in the ground handling, so both sets of stairs. Bring in the buses, forward cargo.
Near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
Everything's still locked. Reason being, ground services connects GPU, set the chocks, and also other lights as well. So GPU's active, APU bleed off, APU comes off, off, off. Actually, no, those lights can stay on. These can come off as well, and that should be everything. Forward cargo can now open, and it's just waiting for the stairs to connect when passengers may be able to deboard the aircraft. Yeah, both buses need to come into position. Oh yeah, and GSX with their, not GSX, sorry, ground handling with their cones. It's always quite a nice extra. Here comes the buses. First one moves into position. While we're here, make sure everything is set as it's required. I'm fairly sure this is all pretty short sorted anyway, because this won't be an end of the day of flights. At this point, we'd be turning it around, getting ready for the next flight of the day. Though that's something I won't be doing today. Like I said, at some point I will do maybe another one of those day in a life streams, as people did really enjoy that last one. Alright. Let us now do the X-Flight boarding.
We'll see what we can do. No promises.
Thank you again for flying Ryanair. You may now leave through the forward and rear exits, and then enter the buses to take you to the terminal. That'll be generic.
Thank you again for flying Ryanair. You may now leave through the forward and rear exits, and then enter the buses to take you to the terminal.
Sorted. So, packs should now be deboarding, which is... oh yeah, it's doing. That's fine. If I end the flight there, try and show desktop maybe. Okay, let's try to do this really awkwardly. Display capture, display 1. That's alright. And then stretch this to screen. It's going to look really bad, but it seems to be the only way we can do this. Right. End the flights. So, end of flight report. Oh, I can't drag it. Okay, well there goes that idea. In short, it was a 177 feet per minute landing, according to them. Slightly ahead of schedule, soft landing, unexpected delay. That was just the landing bit, that's fine. We're behind it in Warner, so suddenly tell my friends about this airline. Glad we're here early. Nothing better than a few light drinks. Yep, everyone's fairly happy basically. Overall opinion satisfied. 182 passengers on board that flight. And well, our estimated arrival was planned at 12:50. We arrived at 12:57, so it's not too bad. If I brought it back by 10 minutes, not 20, then I'm sure that would have been a little bit nicer for us. But regardless, that is this flight's done for today. So what we'll do now is ground handling, we can drive away. We'll close all the exits as well, and then we'll stick it on replay mode. ProjectFLY as well. I should probably end the flight here, because like I said, this was a contract. So as long as I can make sure this one's been finalised as well. Oh, now there's controllers over Europe and Netherlands and all that. Just missing that, I'm afraid. I complete the flights. That should be your thumbs up from ProjectFLY. I've never done one of these contracts ones before, so it'll be interesting to see how it kind of finalises that. Got a picture from the guy as well. So, Community Valencia aircraft at one point. Yeah, contract details. Contracts by Tinder Pilot 1305. Pilot details, display name Drawyah. And then that's it. No real contracts briefing, no payload details. It'll just get the aircraft made to be and hope for the best. Now if I go to the contracts page, my bids will now show my previous bids, accepted, and then it shows that I should have flown that. If we go to my profile, go to my logbook and just double check that it's been marked down as contract. Yeah, that's perfect. So, let's disconnect from VATSIM. Which makes this closed. And let's stick it in replay mode, shall we? So, short final. And we'll do this one from the internal views. Okay, left hand side, right hand side, to jump between the two. In fact, I think we'll just stick right hand side for the sake that moving around too much will cause the sim to lag. Are we still alive? Or we lost connection there slightly? No, we're still going, that's fine. Yes, this is where I believe the winds changed slightly. The aircraft did pitch up there for no apparent reason. But regardless, all looking pretty much fine. Nice and stable. Like I say, coming from the south was meant that it was quite a green approach. Nothing particularly to look at. Is it this side or the other side as well? We actually come over the motorway. Because I remember when I was with the Worley Flight Sim show, Worley National Trains Exhibition. We did stay at the hotel, the travel lodge just outside of the hotel, so the travel lodge just outside the airport. So I think I may have been from the other side. I'll do a quick check of that in a moment. There's the motorway. So it might have been this side actually. There's the motorway goes over both sides. I'll do a check. Recreate the roads all going down. Alright, nice and low. Over the road, so it would have been this side, yes. Coming in. And let's say a bit floaty, but regardless it was an alright landing. There we go. 1901. There's just a bit of rudder as well. Keep the aircraft drifting to the right slightly. And one more replay from the outside, since that's the one we're all interested in. Ooh, is that another airport there? Interesting, I have to look at what one that is. It might have been Wolverhampton. No, Wolverhampton's up north. This airport's to the south. Right, one more from the external views. Approach looking good. Landing just about right. There we go, scenery now loads in. Short final. There's the touchdown zone, we're a little bit above. And yeah, reverse thrust came on a little bit in the air. I do that sometimes. Whenever I float, it's the only times I really ever use the reverse thrust in the air trick. Some Ryanair pilots do it. It's more common with Ryanair than most other airlines. It basically just means that they get the aircraft from the ground sooner. Slightly lower speed as well, so almost a stall, but not quite as bad as a stall touchdown. And there we go. Welcome to Birmingham. So, not a bad flight overall. Yes, the cloud flickering. Try and keep an eye on that. Yes, like I say, not a bad flight overall. One or two minor things I'll do a little bit of work on just to keep the sim going steadily, but pretty good that. I'm flying a ProjectFLY contract flight, so again, a break away from the usual Delta Yankee Alpha, flying Echo Foxtrot India today. I'll probably do a few more contract flights at some point to see how they go. Otherwise, I think my next time I'll be flying at Ryanair will be my usual Delta Yankee Alpha from Bristol, which is where it currently stored. Well, it's not stored, but it's where I flew to last time. And yeah, everything's looking pretty much swell at the moment. So, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Do like if you did, do subscribe. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Whoops, what have I done?